Boom! He's here. Rise and shine. Janik, your host for another. This one is an afternoon talk. Afternoon for me, night for some. Yeah, we are today. This afternoon, the little subject I had in mind was a lot of stuff came to me recently. A lot of information have flown through my brain or my conscious mind, and I have I'll talk to you about that a little bit. I have the other stuff to talk to you before. I want to thanks all of you that being part of this adventure here with me and the love that you're spreading in the chat. I was looking at the chat comment the other last night I did that first one in the afternoon, and I was looking at the comment, and I was overwhelmed by the amount of love that is transpiring in the comment, and in the it's very much appreciated. And Nasir was telling me, he said, we're taking so much of you. He said, I hope you love it. He said, we don't want to abuse of you. I said, no, you're not abusing of me. I do that out of, double the effort and you'll double the result. Well, that's it. Double the effort, double the result. So we'll double the result, because, yeah. So the love in the chat, yeah, that's what I've noticed. And I wanted to thank you guys for that. It's, yeah, and beyond our our perceived collective reality, we are remembering. That's why I word it like that, because it's really what's happening. It's like a big body that's remembering, putting back the pieces together, and there's more and more souls waking up to this old matrix of fake reality, whatever you want to call it, name, label you want to put on it. I can use many names, many label, but it all comes to one fact: it's freaking fake. Everything is freaking fake. So we can call it many names, but the reality we live in is not real. We are driven. I told you the other day, we are driven by the perception of reality, not by reality. And once we get in touch with reality, with again, I'm starting to awake to remember the real reality, remember who I am, or remember who we are, because we are one. So if I remember, others gonna remember too. It's not on, like I came into contact with some stuff lately, and it's telling me, yeah, that I'm not the only one remembering uh, who he is and what we are coming to do here, and what has to be done, and what way we have taken that is, we can easily point that it's wrong, and some ways that we take, we can easily say it's the right way. So beyond our collective perceived reality, there's a lot of stuff happening, and I've been questioning one of them lately, and it's weird, because it's not something that I've really questioned, but it came to me. It's a looking back, it's easy to join the dots. Looking back, looking forward, it's a little bit hard. But looking back, I can look at a week and a half prior to this talk here today, and the information that came to me that led to me today to come to talk to you about what I'm going to talk to you about. And that's it. It was a little journey inside some other stuff, some other aspect of the rabbit hole, but it's not necessarily the rabbit hole. I don't like too much to call it the rabbit hole, because I think it's more that we are remembering how divine we are, and it has nothing to do with darkness. And I think it's time to come out that all those words, the rabbit hole and stuff, things that that's gonna keep us in a fallen state. in a fallen state. We have to get out of this. And really, because the vocabulary we're using on a everyday basis will affect our reality. So this is the first thing you want to work on, is to use the proper word. So rabbit hole, I don't think I'll use it very much again in the future, but other than to refer to some aspect. But I think, yeah, I was questioning a lot of stuff in the past, for sure. Always been, always been, because I know there is something. But the illusion in this world is so thick, is so thick. The illusion is so thick that you can go through your whole life and not even question your existence, your own existence. This is how deep the mind game is played. Some of us, like, some of us are waking up, a lot of us are waking up to who we are and how powerful we can affect this reality altogether with the power of our conscious mind, yeah, but also the subconscious, if we protect it enough and we stop vibrating energy, because it's all about energy and vibration. That's all it is, and it's a mind game. So if you don't look at it like, if you are caught up in illusion and distraction, anyway. So I think, I've been talking about white magic, black magic with Jabba on the Truman Show, and it was very interesting. And all this came to resurface today after I've seen a video, and it makes really sense. We live in a world of black and white magic. That's clear to me. I think many of us can realize the amplitude of the illusion. And if you have an illusion, you need a magician, right? So magician involves magic. Simple. So to me, it's not very hard to see, and that's it. The magician are all over dirty Babylon or dirty Babylon, call it whatever you want. Even that dirty Babylon, I should maybe not use the word dirty Babylon, but I think it's very dirty. Dirty is a polite word for what they're doing, so that's why I use dirty. I think dirty in my sense for what's going on out there is very polite. It's a polite way to point out what's going on, but it's very, very sinister, very evil, very. They have hijacked our body, our mind, everything, and we are oblivious to what's going on. And only a few of us seems to remember who we are, but the more of us that's going to remember who we are, the others going to remember also. It's not also to create division with that, because suddenly you have a glimpse of reality that others don't, and you're going to separate yourself. Like, it's the only earth I have. Where do you want me to go? Even if I bring up stuff like, and I think of all kinds of stuff to share with you, my goal here is not to be absorbed by negativity, for sure. I don't want to be absorbed by that, but it's to stay conscious also that there is something going on. I mean, it's to rise above the negative things. And I've been coming into contact with the Northern Lights lately, the Northern Lights, and it's something that really, really interests me to talk about, because, everything we've been taught about. Of course, if you're sitting here watching me and you're fully absorbed into all those ball Earth NASA theory stuff, forget about it. This talk is not for you. You might as well change channel right now. I'm not a NASA believer, so I'm not a NASA freak. So get out of here if you're not. If you're a true believer in NASA and in their lies and their bullshit and their indoctrination, you might as well not come to my channel. But if you have an open mind, an open heart, and you want to share the love for life, because this is what we have here, is love for life, and that's what we're sharing. I don't want to grow up into an illusion no more. I've grown up into an illusion all my freaking life, to wake up at 40 and realize this whole thing was fake. And it's fake beyond our perception, and even beyond what we can even think about, because there's some stuff we just take for granted what other people tell us, especially in that flat earth YouTube thing. I don't like to call it a flat earth community because to me it's just nonsense. But in I'll call it in that flat earth YouTube thing. Yeah. And this way you don't cause division. It's just a thing on YouTube that everybody is absorbed by, but I don't want to cause division. It's the division. We have to show compassion and no division. So this is where the challenge is really, really hard. It's to keep a good spirit, a good clean heart, clean spirit, and align all this. It's very hard because this world is thriving on negativity and negativity all around. So I have no choice to come and do those talk here. It's primordial for me to come and do this to emancipate myself from that mental slavery. I have no choice. So whether I like it or not, I'll come and do it because I have no choice, and it's not in for sure. Nasir, you ask me if I like it or not. Uh, I love it for sure. I love it. You gotta love what you do, but it's something that I'm called to do. It's stronger than me. It's something that. Even though there's always that little voice inside of me, like questioning a bit what the heck I'm doing on YouTube, because I've been programmed into a world. I'm victim of a world that doesn't want to dream anymore. So often I question my journey for sure because I all around me is pressure from other people that don't want to live their dream, that don't find anything really valuable with life and nothing divine and nothing where for my part I think everything is divine. I know everything is divine, especially me, especially this man. Come on. So we were all divine anyway. So the Northern Lights, I've been talking about divinity before. The Northern Lights is something that's been catching my attention for a while, and I think it's something very, very profound, very divine, very. Some people explain it as being as being something connected to the. Also, everything is inverted. So I always suspected one thing, and there's one thing I always suspected, and that's in the flat Earth YouTube thing. That's one thing I always question, and it's the fact that they tell us that the South Pole is all around and the North Pole in the middle. I think this is completely wrong. I think everything is inverted and the South Pole is in the middle. That makes sense to me, and the North Pole would be all around or whatever, but the South Pole is where probably where all this makes sense to me. Everything is inverted. So if they tell you it's the North Pole, it's the South Pole. If they tell you it's white, it's black. If that's what they do duality, false duality, and everything. So that's what I think. Anyway, doesn't mean it's true. Do your own research. Don't take everything here I say for granted and build your life on this. It's my experience, my journey. Do your own conclusion. Do your own research, and do your homework. Do your homework. For those who have not done it, many of us have done their homework, and that's why we are out in the open, opening our heart because we have done homework and we are wide open heart, sharing it with the world. But yeah, those Northern Lights would make sense that it comes from the. I don't believe anything that they tell me about the perceived reality that we collectively perceive. So I try to use scrutiny and just use my senses, not against my senses. That's very important. Don't because that's what they want to do. They want to use your senses against your senses. So if you get caught up in this, you're fried, done, bye bye. So very important to not let them take over your mind, take over your thinking. Think for yourself, and I suggest also there's that thing also. It's a bit another, but I don't see why it would be a touchy subject. I think it's blood over intent. that thing that's going around on the internet. It's blood over intent. Is you put your intent on a piece of paper and you put your blood onto it to like make it say more sacred or something. Like it's one thing, but I don't think necessarily that I have to pour my blood on the piece of paper to clearly show my intent to the universe. My intent to the universe is shown right here. This to me is very, very is who I am. I think showing your intent is living your truth. But again, the blood thing could be something to dig in further and to analyze more, and that's what I'm gonna do. But I've been yeah, coming in contact with that stuff. I saw a video. Maybe I'll put the video inside the description of this one, so you guys can know what I'm talking about. But everything is about intention. We know that everything is in the intention. So if you have the intention, like what I said often in my videos, it's all about discipline and intent. If you have to intend to do good, to bring heaven on earth, you will bring it. You will bring it. You will if you intend to manifest. But you have to have the discipline also. But if you have the intention to do something, nothing can stop you. I don't think anything can stop that. So if we all intend together to bring heaven on earth, to like what it's supposed to be, because this is what it is. In case you don't know, nature is watching you also. So be very, very careful how you hack with nature. In that video that I seen, I saw a gorilla speaking hand signs and all kinds of stuff like that. And the gorilla saying that man was stupid for not taking care of the earth. And this is what we're here for. We have the mate, God, I don't like to say that, but the consciousness of this plane, it's us. It's up to us to come together and find ways to. And I think we can find ways, because it's just to change our ways. Basically, it's to change our ways. The moment we change our ways and we interpret things a different way, and the moment you change the way you look at things, so change the way you look at the world, and the world will change also. It's not very hard. Be the change, be the light. Be the change, be the light, and embody the truth, the change that you want to see in the world. And don't be afraid to speak your mind. But this is what they want. They want to keep us tight in a coffin and just be dormant, dead, and never expressing our divinity and what we are here, remembering all together, being member again of this big great family that we are. But now it's because the member of this big great family have been divided on each places of the plane. We're all divided by so many things that come and divide us, and that we fall for it, and that we do the also the whole satanic rituals for them. We are the black magicians for them, until you wake up and become a white magician, like with intent of love, and not even peace, because peace is a contract with war. So it's just love. Love is the answer. I think it's really love, compassion. It's not very complicated. It cannot be complicated. It has to be very, very simple. Love, compassion, and everything will follow if we love and help one another in our individual journey. Because individual, it's another word I don't like. In divide. I don't want to be divided inside. So each and every man and woman that are here, we all have something great to do, and that's it. Those Northern Lights, I was very, very, the movie The Matrix. If you take the movie The Matrix, this is what the guy was saying, and that's what resonates with me a lot. Is everything is consciousness, everything is conscious, everything has, the water is conscious, the trees are conscious, everything is conscious. Not to a point that they have human consciousness, but it has the life. It has life. So it has the divine source consciousness. That's how I wanted to say it. And that's it. And those northern lights, why is it green? We see them green, we see them, and in the movie The Matrix, all the letters green and all that stuff. And I was thinking, and I was like, yeah, that makes all sense. Maybe those northern lights travel to the middle of the earth, and there's a hollow spot, and down there you can go somewhere. Who knows? There's so many. We're forbidden to explore many places on this plane, especially these places. If you go on a trip to watch aurora borealis, I think they call it, you will end up at a place here to watch them, but never really, really close to the spot where it originates. It would be good to do an expedition where the northern lights originate, like where the lights come out. Like it's gotta come out from somewhere. It's gotta come from somewhere. They have to be coming from some kind of places. Like it's not something that reacts to the the stuff in the high. I don't take anything that they say. To me, loving sacredly also, and this is what we have been forbidden to do, is loving sacredly. And a lot of us get lost into uh, intellectualization, and that prevents us from loving sacredly. Because to me, loving sacredly is not is loving something, but without really understanding the meaning behind it. It's loving sacredly, not loving blindly, but it's like I took conscience of what's going on. We're being lied on every freaking level, but I'm not gonna dig further and further and further to just get lost more. Now I just look at things and I love it for what it is, for what is in front of me, like the sun or the moon. Or I don't try too much to and especially the northern lights. It's very, very special, very divine. And the video I saw, there was a girl, she was in a complete awe in front of below the northern lights where she was in Norway. I'm like, wow, this is a place where I want to go. I want to be there. I want to see that. Like, I want to experience it. I want to experience it, really be there. And but you cannot go very far and see the source of those lights. But it's got to do something with, same like when you die, when they say you die and you end up in a tunnel and you see the light. It's the same thing as, on me, the way I see it is the same thing as on earth, where I see the light. This is the same light. Look, it's right in my face. The sun is shining bright. Yeah, I have it right in my face. So it's very, very we're blind by the light. We're blinded by the light. This is what's happening. And even when we die or something like that, they say we die. A lot of people seen their body behind. A lot of people can witness of that. And after that, seeing a light in a tunnel. But I think me, if I would to leave my body experience now and see that light, I would not walk to that light. I would not walk to the light. I would turn because we are blinded by the light. And I think when you die and you see that light and you go back through this light, you will come back here. You will come back here and come back here. So this is the way I see it. I think if I live a good life enough, I have good intention, show love and respect to the people around me, and I have good intention to live in love and harmony. When I die, I will probably see that light, but I will not be tempted to go to the light because I'm not blind. I don't want to be blind by the light. This is the way I see it. This is only the way I interpret it after seeing that video. But often this is where also we get we experience a lot of division is in our interpretation of things. Like, I came in contact with this, but at first I kind of freaked out. I kind of text Ivar for like 20 minutes with all kinds of stuff and telling him all kinds of stuff. But finally, I settled down a bit. Yeah, this could be very much a computer program, but I think it's much more divine than that. Yeah, a computer program with but I think to me, life is very, very. For sure, there's a matrix. There's like we live inside some kind of a computer program, but I think, in my point of view, I'm not ready to really say that the whole thing is that God is a computer or something like that. I don't interpret it that way. I think it's much more divine than that. But in that video that I seen, this is it. They were saying that God or the consciousness, the creator, the divine, or the source was inside this hole. And yeah, that's an interpretation. He sees it his way. But I think we are, I don't dismiss his information at all. I appreciated his video a lot. But I think it's, I don't know. To me, it's very, very divine what we are. Uh, and if if you perpetually get lost into trying to find answers where you already have the answer, you get lost. We have the answer. It's love. Just love. Show love. That's not complicated. We have the answer. So the moment you start digging and further and start going into all kinds of directions, you separate yourself also from the truth, which is you, I think. And this is not the way I want to end up. I don't want to end up separated from my own self again, because now I'm looking external. This is my point. And these things are things we cannot really prove. So again, it takes me out of the here and now, which is all I have here and now. So, and to manifest my greatness, especially. So this is a very touchy subject, but for those who like to research, I respect it. Me, you have my. I'll come back on it again. It's not the only thing I have to say on it. I have written a paper with all kinds of stuff in it. Oh yeah, maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow morning. The blood of the earth being the oil that they're pumping. Dirty Babylon is like a vampire sucking the blood of the sufferers. But that's what they do. They're sucking out the blood of the earth by pumping this oil out day after day after day. Yeah, it regenerates. Gas is not something fossil like they say it is. It's at 35,000 feet, I think, deep, something like that. Or, yeah, something like that. So it's very deep under. It's below the fossil sediment or something it's called. So it's very deep, and this is the blood of the earth that we are extracting, and it's regenerate itself. Yeah, that's why there will always be oil, and that's why they play with your mind, telling you that there's a shortage of oil and this and that. But this is the blood of the earth that we are extracting. I think we should be very careful. If you extract all the blood in you, and the human body is like everything else. We relate so much our whole body to the whole existence, everything that's out there. And I think this is what we've been separated from. We've been separated from the pure consciousness, pure love. And that's what we are remembering altogether. How to bring this pure love into our hearts and radiate it into the world. This is what we're doing. It's an exercise that takes a lot of courage, maybe, but it's more it takes courage more to lay down your layers of ego. I think it's more that it's just an ego thing. It's just because the moment you start relating to others around you, you start living for others, like everything becomes so much more easy, so much more so yeah, so this is how I see it. So who was here today? Let me check in the chat fast. Oh, there was a lot of people. Nasir, Ivar, me, of course. pumping the crowd with my song Rebel for Life. For sure, Rebel for Life. But Rebel for Life. Very different. Yes, the truth is in us. United souls. Us, united souls. Oh, I like that. Is in us, united souls. Trueness here always were, always will be. Oh, Pierre is there. Big up, Pierre. Right, somebody told me a 10 tons airplane can fly at 30,000 feet at 800 kilometers an hour. It's impossible, a nonsense. At 800 kilometers an hour, we will be stick in our seats. It's a NASA lies. What's going on, Pierre? Okay, I'm on shock here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, south at one end, the north at the other. Okay, Pierre, I'm on shock. Pierre has that way to put me on shock all the time with his comment, and that's what I love. A couple of things don't work on flat Earth theory, for sure, Pierre. For sure, not a couple, a lot of them, a lot of them. Not just a couple, a lot. The whole thing is fabricated. It's a matrix lie fabricated. Both, whatever, we are bombarded with lies and false truth. It's simple. Lies and false truth. So that's why your scrutiny is essential and don't get caught up in the hype, for sure. I totally agree, Pierre. I knew we were always on the gravity, volcano, earthquake, tide season, day and night eclipse, everything else. Yeah, for sure. Everything has a soul. It's a particle coming from the sun, solar wind, capture on the magnetic field of the earth. That's why you see them on north and south. I don't know if they ever, yeah, they've seen them in the south, I think. And but the earth needs to be round. But this doesn't, even this, the earth to be round, that's what I said, Pierre, yesterday. The outside of the earth could be a sphere. It could be, but the terrain is flat. The terrain is flat. It cannot be. The water doesn't curve. Don't start telling me that. Now I'm not embarking in your thing. If you tell me that water bends and there's a curve and shit like that, I'm not in it because I never seen it, never experienced it, and no one did. So, but if you tell me like in your comment there that it needs to be round, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Who knows? Maybe the outside shell is round. Who knows? But I know the terrain is flat. Water doesn't bend, and there's stuff. I'm not gonna go against my senses. It's just nonsense to go against your senses. So. And I don't know why it need to be round. Why does it need to be round? But anyway, who says so? That's the beauty of life. One can see experience in any way who wants, Pierre, but what is true or meant to be. Me, my own experience, no oil, don't. But oils regenerate. It's like the blood of the earth. Oh, I'm convinced of that. Oh, yeah. Just be sure that it's truly your own pure, authentic experience, Pierre. This is true. Just make sure it is your pure, authentic experience. Pierre. Là, I'm gonna tell you, moi te dire en français, là, si tu tiens avec moi trop longtemps, Pierre, là, m'a te brainwasher à penser pour toi-même. C'est ça qui va arriver, là. C'est ça que je veux que tu fasses, là. Je veux juste que tu penses par toi-même, là. Je suis pas en train ici de te brainwasher sur rien, là. Je veux juste que tu penses par toi-même. Je m'en fous que tu crois ce que je dis ou pas, là. I don't care you believe what I say or not, Pierre. I'm here to, and what I said is if you hang around with me for too long, I'll brainwash you into thinking for yourself. This is what I want to do with come on. I want people to think for themselves. So it's just okay, I'm going to try not to rent, not to start renting. I was calm until I read your comment. Pierre is laughing there. Yeah. By the way, they have also lied about the formula of the curvature. Can't remember who proved it. Yeah, everything, man, everything. Listen. I have eyes. I can see the reality for what's going on, but I can also know that they are lying. The one that are closest to the truth are the biggest liars. So simple, simple. They will pack you with false truth. So use scrutiny, and that's it. Rise and shine. Most important, live your dreams. Live your dreams. Manifest your greatness. This is why we're here for, not to research conspiracies all our life. Là. We're here to really shine our light, live our dreams, manifest our greatness. Whatever way it is that you have to manifest your greatness, do it. Might not be like me. Me, that's my way. That's fine. Other people have other ways to manifest, but the most important thing, manifest. Don't wait for things to come or things to be just right. Design the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, to design your whole life. You are the writer of your whole life, the writer of your book, the writer of your own story. So, and as long as you have breath going through your nostrils, there's work to be done. Don't tell me there's no work to do or that you're bored. What is that boredom? Come on, people. Rise and shine. Stay busy, stay healthy, stay fit, stay strong. And speak your mind. Most of it, speak your mind. Liberate yourself from that mental slavery. Speak out. He's out.